Hello, this is Mr. Scarynight. Tonight, we have 3 true stories that happened in the middle of the night. If you love real horror, get ready. Pause 0.6 seconds. Let's begin the story.
This story is from a man named Karim. He lived in an apartment on the 4th floor, and he always went to bed early. On a cold winter night, he woke up to the sound of footsteps beneath his apartment. He quietly opened his door, but there was no one in the hallway. The lights were off and everything was silent. He went back to sleep, but he felt the footsteps getting closer, step by step climbing the stairs until they stopped right at his apartment door. Karim's heart was pounding. He decided to look through the small glass window in the door. No one was there. But when he opened the door, he found a deep mark on the wooden floor, as if someone had dragged their fingers across it, and wet footprints leading toward the staircase, then continuing outside the building. Since that night, Karim no longer hears footsteps at night, but he still wakes up with the same feeling, that someone is watching him from under the door. Layla was studying late at night, her phone left in the other room. A sudden ringtone cut through the silence, an unknown number. When she answered, there was no voice, just a faint whisper and the distant sound of chirping. The second time the same number called, there was a long exhale, followed by a single word, "Come back," as if someone was urging her to return to a place she had been years ago. Layla was confused, but ignored it. The third call came at 3 a.m., and the whisper became clear. "You're not alone!" And behind the whisper, she heard tiny footsteps running. Shocked, Layla rushed to lock the door, and suddenly every device in the house shut off with a single click. When the power came back, she found a new voice message on her phone, an old recording of her mother from years ago, laughing, then followed by a long, heavy silence. This story came from a message sent to the channel. A man named Sammy moved into an old house, and the curtains in the sitting room would always sway even though the windows were closed. One night, Sammy told his girlfriend, "I'll sleep here," and she went to the bathroom. Just a minute later, she screamed and rushed out, her face pale as if she'd seen something. She said, "There's a shadow standing behind the curtain." Sammy didn't believe her at first, but when he got closer and lifted the curtain, he felt a pocket of cold air, and the curtain snapped back into place. On the floor, there was a shadow-like mark shaped like a small creature, nothing like a human shadow. A few days later, the curtain started moving on its own at the exact same time every night. And even when they tried cutting it, it would somehow fix itself and hang back in a strange, unnatural way. The last time, Sammy woke up to find a thin scratch on his girlfriend's arm. 3 faint lines, as if a small animal had played with her. They moved out a week later. But the point of the story? The curtain still moves, in their dreams. If you enjoyed these stories, drop your own experience in the comments or send it to us on Instagram. New videos every day. Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell if you love horror. I'm Mr. Scarynight. See you in a new story, if you dare.